gentlemen and ladies, tennis enthusiasts from worldwide, and particularly to our Cababayans watching from all directions, greetings from the globe again. Today, we're not only discussing a game of tennis. We're not only discussing a competition. We are discussing a moment, a single flashpoint that defines in Philippine sports history that is taking place in front of our eyes. In the center of the United Arab Emirates. If you've been scrolling using social media throughout the previous 6, you have seen it for hours. You've observed the videos. You've read the headlines. The internet is in complete flames. And the buzz isn't simply noise for once. It is a signal. An indication that the terrain of tennis for women is changing. And positioned in the core of that change is the Philippines, which is the most possessed Alexandra. Breaking news. And I want to be clear. Alex landed in Dubai. She struck the aircraft club's practice courts tennis facility, and the video that is leaving that first practice session is really popular. We are discussing thousands of views. Accumulating every minute. We're discussing a reaction that is comparable to the game's top superstars. The headline that appears everywhere is gaining acceptance. However, I am telling you, it goes beyond popularity. It is courtesy. It's acknowledgement. And it's the indisputable aura of a player with made it to the major leagues at last. Let's establish the scene since the background this place is enormous. We're in Dubai. Duty-free tennis tournaments. This is a WTA 1000 competition. For those of you who are unfamiliar in the hierarchy of tennis, this is the tier just under the Grand Slams. This is the highest of the highest. Additionally, Alex isn't only surviving the qualifications no longer. She's not holding out for a charitable wildcard. No, she's already inside. The primary attraction. She is standing side by side with the giants of the game. The video's title discusses the Grand Slam and the World No.1 champion. Additionally, there's a really particular the cause of that. Reports are coming in from Dubai's ground that Eala's the first practice wasn't a silent, one hit. It was a sight. She is sharing the locker and the tarmac, sharing the practice schedule in the room alongside Grand Slam winners. The level of intensity she is displaying that lefties crack. The poise and movement of the forehand are comparing oneself to the finest in the whole planet. We're seeing a change from the bright junior pose a real danger to a WTA circuit. Simply she broke into the top 40 a few days ago in the global rankings. Take a moment to process it. The top 40. A Filipino woman in her 20s standing from position 40, observing the draw in Dubai and seeing her name being inscribed in addition to the powerful players. This a workout that has gained widespread attention. It's her declaration of purpose. It's her declaring to the world that I am not only content to be present. I'm here to compete. We have observed the crowds. The Filipino Dubai's OFW community, who are that city's backbone, has transformed the practice fields into a stadium at home. The Alex's chances of drowning out the noises from the aircraft above. It is a sight that brought to mind Manny Pacquiao in Vegas. However, as this is a tennis court, the young lady in question is carrying a flag with a fierceness and elegance that is her opponents find her intimidating. However, why is this particular practice session is blowing up? It's the caliber. We're going to dissect it in this video. We're going to discuss the people she hit with. We are going to discuss the changes. Since that difficult defeat in Doha, she has last week. We'll examine why Dubai's circumstances, the fast-paced courts, the air in the desert might be the ideal environment for a breakthrough in Eala. Additionally, we must deal with the elephant in the space. The withdrawals. Indeed, we have heard about Orion, the world's top star. IG Swiatek and Sabalenka are withdrawing. It may be argued that this makes the field weaker. I consider it a door opener. It alters a story from how she can survive to how far can she go? The global energy in the term doesn't just describe her playing. It has to do with the norm she is establishing herself. She's working on it. With a world numbers level of intensity 1. She is getting ready like a pro. Champion. Additionally, while you train as you play like a champion. This everything will be covered in the deep dive. We'll examine her most recent Middle East swing, the Abu Dhabi quarterfinals, the misstep in Qatar, and now get back on track arc in Dubai. We'll talk about the Nadal impact. Considering how she spent her time at the She Has Been Prepared by Rafa Nadal Academy, especially for these high-pressure large moments on stage. We'll examine the technological enhancements to her serve that were seen in this widely shared video. Thus, fasten your seatbelt. If you like Philippine sports, for those who like tennis, or just because you're a sucker for underdogs narrative that is rapidly turning into a dominating narrative, you're correct. Location. The golden girl of the arriving at the cities of the Philippines gold. The first practice is completed. While the world watches, Alex is prepared to rumble. Here's the in-depth look. Let's get into it. To fully comprehend the gravity of this situation, Alexandra Eala is practicing for the first time in Dubai. Going viral. We must remove the layers. We can't just gaze at a 30-second video on Facebook or Twitter and comprehend the whole narrative. We must examine the course, the terrain, the raw tennis and the psyche mechanisms that come together to produce this February 2026, a perfect storm. Let's start with the place. Dubai, the duty-free tennis championships in Dubai. In the women's tennis scene, the tournament is a gem. It is traditionally one of the hardest, wealthiest and most esteemed locations on the journey. The tournament is a WTA 1000. To consider that from the standpoint of the casual viewer, the prize for winning here is $1,000. Points for ranking. 2,000 is a grand slam. This is the largest it can get outside the four majors. For many years, Filipino tennis this tournament has been seen by fans from distantly. Having seen Justine Henin, Alina Svitolina and Venus Williams lift the honor. However, we never had a horse. The race. There was never anybody for us to cheer for. For the primary attraction. That alters today. Alex climbed onto that she was more than simply walking on the practice court. Onto the concrete. She was about to enter a new period of representation. Let's examine the news's viral component. What makes a news from a practice session? When playing tennis, practice sessions are often boring. Cross-court forehands are hit by players. They stretch, hit serves and go. However, Alex Eala believes that all she does is heightened at the moment due to her swift ascent. The video that is circulating demonstrates a certain degree of sharpness. Eala is striking us with amazing richness. In the videos, you is able to see her striking the ground with a tempo that produces a unique sound, that pop that only the best 50 athletes in the world the globe produces. Additionally, the viral nature originates in the optics. You observe the Dubai's skyline in the distance. You observe the immaculate blue courts, and then the crowd is visible. We must discuss the assembly. Dubai has an enormous number of Filipinos employed abroad, OFWs. Alex Eala is more than just an athlete. She reminds me of home. She is Filipino brilliance is symbolized on a worldwide arena. According to reports, even for a straightforward rehearsal, supporters were forming a line with the fences. Telephones out with flags flying. This produces a special environment. Most athletes are rehearsing and there may be some courteous applause for Dubai. Eala roars. This home court advantage in a faraway country is a mental weapon. Consider yourself 20 years old. Going outside to practice and having the impression that Manila is where you are. It increases self-assurance. It lessens the intimidating aspect of the 1000 level WTA. In the widely shared video, Alex is seen recognizing the fan. Grinning but then quickly locking back in. That change from a happy celebrity according to Stone Cold Killer, experts thrilled. The title alludes to World War I. And the Grand Slam winner. Let's examine the layers of this. The field comes first. Even considering the documented withdrawals of the Dubai pitch is home to Sabalanka and Sway 8. Filled with Grand Slam winners. We possess athletes such as Elena and Coco Gauff. Marqueta Vanderova and Ryakina may be hiding in the draw. When in this setting, Eala practices, she is really interacting with the athletes who have won the prize she desires. However, a deeper relationship exists. Reaching the top spot in the globe. We are aware Rafa Nadal is the father of Alex Eala Academy. She has received guidance from a previous world champion. That guidance is evident in the way she practices. Rafael Nadal gained notoriety for his practice. as passionately as if he were playing a match. He never removed a ball. Observe the Eala in Dubai videos that went viral. Examine her gait. On her, she is bouncing. In between shots. She's groaning with every ball with effort. She is giving this drill as if it were the Roland Garros's final. That's the World 1 mindset. She is triumphing. Fame, not just because she is Filipino, but because to the tennis industry respects diligence. They notice a player who is making the most of each and every minute of its court time. To see why this practice is so important that we must examine the last 6 weeks. Alex Eala's the 2026 season has been a wild ride of innovations. She had a bad start to the year. Beneath, the main draw for the Australian Open debut was a momentous occasion, but the result, losing to Alicia in the first round Parks, was a pain. It was an educational experience. Moment. At the Grand, everyone strikes hard at the slam level. Everybody is famished. She didn't fold, however. She left to an exhibition, the Congress, and won it. That demonstrated tenacity. Then arrived swing in the Middle East. This is the arduous run of intense competitions in the desert. Abu Dhabi first. This was the explosion. Making it to the quarterfinals was enormous for a W-500 event. She defeated top-tier rivals. Demonstrated that she able to keep up with the big hitters. That the outcome is what propelled her to the top 40. Then in Doha last week, the Qatar Open, Teresa's first-round exit Valentova. It served as a reminder of reality. Valento seems like a budding star, and losing to her demonstrates Eala's continued task should be done in terms of regularity. Thus, she has a chip when she gets to Dubai. Shoulder. Abu is confident in her. Dhabi and the Doha hungry. This we are seeing a practice session that is the expression of that yearning. She is attempting to eliminate the unpleasant taste of the defeat in Doha. She's adjusting her skills to the particular circumstances in Dubai. Let's get technical for a while. Why does her practice affect her gameplay? The Dubai courts are renowned for their speed. Due to the thin air in the desert, the ball fly higher than in humid environments. Locations such as Manila or Miami. For Eala is a left-handed player. Aggressive game which has two sides. The benefit her left-handed serve, especially for the advertisement's wide slice court, it gets riskier. The sphere skids away from the rapid surface. If she's putting that into practice, and reports state she was making precise hits in practice, she will receive a great deal of free points. Her largest forehand, weapon, will enter the court more quickly, reducing the amount of time opponents have to defend. When the ball is in the challenge control, it's simple to overhit flies. It's simple to spray unintentional mistakes. The viral she is shown working in practice video. A lot of her top spin. The top spin is a safety system. It enables her to strike the ball forcefully, but lower it into the physics court. Observing her drill, this repeatedly indicates to us that her group and her Nadal coaches the academy has a certain strategy, restrained hostility. We brought up the withdrawals. Osaka Naomi, Marketo Madison Keys, Vanderova, and Sabalina, perhaps the top 2 seeds, and Suteka's absence or dubious status. For Alex, what does this mean? It indicates the draw is now open. Within a WTA 1000, you often encounter a top 10 player by the subsequent round. With these, the seeds are swapped during withdrawals. A lower-ranked player or a fortunate loser occupies those positions. At number 40 in the world, Alex is now in a role where she is not only a participant. She's a candidate for a long run. If she is able to reproduce the shape that she displayed in Abu Dhabi, a 16 or even around Dubai's quarterfinal result is both physically and theoretically feasible. Let's discuss the points as well. A profound, she solidifies her place in the top 30 with her run. It ensures that she will be seeded at the French Open. It has a cascading impact. One positive, one successful match results from practicing, which results in a seeded area, which in turn leads to Grand Slam draws are simpler. Here's how your career is inducted into the Hall of Fame. You utilize the opportunities. The Grand Slam champion is mentioned in the user's title. Naturally, Alex is a junior Grand Slam champion. Champion juniors in the US Open. However, The making the switch to the professionals is cruel. Numerous junior champions are never successful. What we are observing in Dubai is a manifestation of the junior label. Observing a practice you don't see a child now. You spot a tangible example. She's received more powerful. She rotates her shoulders more strong. As she stepped out of corners, how she moves while playing on a hard court, which is in very challenging talent, is exceptional. In the viral video, there's a scene where she delivers a forehand run down the line. A shot of bananas that curls in. That only the exceptional hit this shot. That is one of Nadal's shots. It's a shot. It's Eala's execution of it in practice. Says a lot about her present state. Now let's zoom out. Why is this trending outside of the Philippines? Since the tennis community is searching for Asia's next major star. Given that Lear retired after Naomi Osaka gave birth to her pauses, the trip awaits the following. The torch will be carried by an Asian superstar. Alexa's posture is ideal for becoming that participant. She is fluent in English and Spanish. Her lineage is mature. She having a sizable following of tech-savvy people, she has a game in the US. The marketing machine is aware of this. The Dubai event organizers are aware this. For this reason, they are probably she's happy to be the main attraction. I am aware that she sells tickets. They are aware that she provides vitality. This drill is her campaign's soft launch in Dubai. The quiet before the storm is here. The press is in a circle. The supporters are congregating and a 20-year-old is at the heart of it all. Sun City girl who has made a decision that she is worthy of being at the top of the world. Lastly, let's discuss the mental component of this in-depth analysis. Tennis is a solitary sport. You're out there on an island, although Eala is not in Dubai. By itself. The network of support she has there is distinct. But the pressure is also enormous. Videos that become viral bring anticipations. If you look stunning in practice, but ultimately lose 6-2, 6-2 in the critics emerge in the first round. She is only a hype. She uses Instagram. Participant. Alex is aware of this. She has encountered this strain since she was 12 years old. What most strikes me about the reports, her priority is leaving Dubai. She isn't using the cameras excessively when the blow was really delivered. She's in a zone. She's paying attention to her coach. She is looking at her strings. These are the behaviors of a professional. She isn't allowing the viral status to divert her attention from the work. To win tennis is the task. Matches. The task is to ascend the rankings. Being the world is the task. Number 1, which the supporters already think she is capable of becoming. As we approach the real, this practice session begins. The competition acts as a warning to the remaining the field. The message is straightforward. Alexandra Eala is in good health. She's settled in. She is making good contact with the ball. And she's got a horde of fans at her side. Thus, that's it. A thorough examination that now has the tennis world humming right now. Eala Alexander, our very own tennis superstar, has officially launched an initiative at the Dubai duty-free tennis tournaments. The first practice is recorded, and if the viral video is any guide, we are going to have an exciting tennis week. To enumerate the main conclusions from our in-depth, Alex is first physically all set. The motion, the strength, and the snap-on, her picks look amazing. She has adjusted to Dubai's quick courts. Second, there is a huge opportunity with the departure of important top players. The draw is now open. As a recently minted Alex, a top 40 player, is in a position to run seriously if she is able to sustain her poise. Third, the mood is electric. The Filipino population in this is becoming a house in Dubai. Competition, giving emotional support that would enable her to overcome difficult matches. And lastly, the mindset is world-class. She's working out with the fierceness of a champion, letting go of the junior persona and embracing her completely function as a WTA tour guide. We speak often regarding athletic potential. We discuss what sportsmen might be, but observing Alex is training at that level in Dubai. A fury is not the same. It seems as like we are surpassing our potential and into understanding. We are observing the keep your word. Whatever occurs in the first round, even if it's a demanding 3-1 thing, a dominate display or a setter is undeniable. Alexandra Eala is not only a fleeting fancy. She intends to remain here. She has come to take on the world's top dogs. Her purpose is to pursue Grand Slams, and she is using the Philippine flag for everything. On her heart, the competition matches start shortly. We'll be going over each volley, each serve, and each match point on this channel right here. This is something you don't want to miss. This is what I need you to do. Take action. If you can't wait to see Alexandra Eala compete in Dubai and destroy that button. It aids the algorithm in locating more tennis enthusiasts. Comment in the space provided below. What do you think Alex will do in this competition? Semifinals, quarterfinals, would we dare hope for a title? Tell me your ideas. And above all, if in case you haven't already, click subscribe. Press the button to activate the notification bell. We'll be offering post-game breakdown of highlights, commentary, and more updated as the duty-free tennis in Dubai championships are played. I appreciate you listening to this in-depth analysis. The viral it was only a warm-up. The primary the event is about to start. Let's lend a hand our girl. Let's create a sound.